My wife glared at me from across the room. Do you think I'm stupid or something? Honey, I don't even understand what's going on, I told her, sitting in the living room surrounded by both our families like some kind of intervention. You're a disgusting pig, my wife's mother spat. You're literally a 3 out of 10 on a good day, her sister said sharply, crossing her arms over her chest. My wife sat there crying. I heard everything. Well, apparently she didn't. I smiled at them knowing that all of these false accusations were about to flip. 3 days earlier, I'd been on the phone in our bedroom dealing with a complete disaster. She's gotten huge, I said to the receptionist on the phone. I'm pretty sure she's nearly obese at this point, and trust me, when I first saw her, she wasn't like that at all. She was so small and cute, you know? And all that hair and dirty nails, it's disgusting. Every time I see it, I get chills. Oh, I completely understand, sir. It's actually quite normal as they get older, she said. I sighed, feeling relieved. Awesome. I need to get her a salon appointment ASAP. When's the next available reservation slot? That's when I noticed my wife standing in the doorway. I waved at her while finishing up. Yeah, Tuesday works. Thanks so much. Just as I hung up, her face crumpled. Tears started streaming down her cheeks and she ran to the bathroom, slamming the door behind her. I knocked. Honey, what's wrong? Nothing but muffled sobbing. When she finally came out, she stormed past me into the bedroom and slammed that door too, yelling, "No salon!" I stood in the hallway completely confused. Why would she be upset about me taking a cat to the pet salon for a quick grooming appointment? It was supposed to be a surprise, but I didn't think she'd be so upset about her gift. Well, I shook off the weird thought and figured maybe she was upset for other reasons and everything would be better again soon. Nope, I was wrong. Things actually got worse. Everywhere I went in town, people started glaring at me for no reason. The grocery store cashier muttered disgusting while scanning my milk. In the parking lot, some random woman marched up. You should be ashamed of yourself. Then she just walked away. At Sunday church, everyone moved when I sat down in a nearby pew. Father Michael, who I swear has never said an unkind word to anyone, patted my shoulder. Son, you're gonna need more than Jesus to fix that personality. Even the priest was roasting me. When my mom called, yelling at me furiously, I finally understood exactly what was happening. I didn't raise you to speak to a woman that way. Seriously, you just had to call her obese and talk about her hair and nails like that? Mom, how many people know about that? Practically the entire town. I mean, your mother-in-law cried about it to everyone after your wife told her just how horrible of a person you actually were. My phone was getting spammed with more random messages about the incident, until finally, Sarah messaged, "We need to talk. Family meeting." I walked into my own living room to find both families assembled like judge and jury. "You got some nerve showing up here," my father-in-law growled. My own brother shook his head. "Man, even I can't defend you on this one." My mother-in-law stood up. "Making appointments to fix her? Who do you think you are?" I opened my mouth to explain, but everyone just started yelling at once. "It's for a cat!" I finally shouted over the noise. Dead silence. "What?" my wife whispered. "I got you a cat for our anniversary. She's in my office." I ran down the hall and came back carrying Princess. This enormous Persian cat looked like a matted bowling ball with legs. She wheezed with every breath. "I've been hiding her for 3 weeks to surprise you." I held up the disaster of an animal. "She started out small, but she just keeps eating and growing. Look at her." The cat's fur was so matted you couldn't see her face. Her claws clicked on the hardwood floor like tiny knives. I pulled out my phone and showed them the appointment confirmation from the pet groomer. Then I played the voicemail on speaker. "Hi, just confirming Princess's grooming appointment for Tuesday at 2. I showed them the receipt. $800 for a purebred Persian. Then I led everyone to my office. The leather chair was shredded. Cat hair covered everything. The keyboard was buried under fur. I wanted to get her groomed before giving her to you as a surprise. My wife stared at the wheezing furball. "You got me a cat?" I looked at my sister-in-law. "So I'm a 3 out of 10? Everyone's faces dimmed, eyes suddenly avoiding mine. My wife stepped forward. "Honey, don't be mad at them. It was my fault for telling them all these lies without talking to you first. I honestly thought you were talking about me." My wife said, tears in her eyes. I smiled. "My love, you're perfect as you are." I picked up the wheezing furball, walked over to my wife and placed Princess in her arms. "Happy anniversary."